Hey guys, and welcome to the first really tutorial of this series where we're gonna do companion AI. So in this tutorial, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the AI following the player. So that's gonna be hopefully a pretty easy thing to do. We also want to make it a little bit more realistic than just following the player. So that's what we're gonna do in this tutorial. So as you can see, I already tried to experiment with this before making this tutorial. Uh, so I'm just gonna delete all that stuff, and we're gonna do that from scratch. So from previous tutorial, I already have a AI character, but you can pretty much find it. You can find it really easily if you're using Game SDK, which I already told that, but we're gonna use Game SDK. You can go to Legacy Entities, AI, Characters, and Human. You just drag and drop it. So let's just imagine, for example, that we're making a game in which you are a detective, and this is your partner for some reason. You know, maybe he likes Halloween, or maybe he's undercover, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, what we want to do is we want to uh, do the AI in a way so that it will follow the player, follow the location of the player, and uh, find the things that are interesting for him. Pretty much as Elizabeth in Bioshock Infinite worked. In this tutorial, we're gonna do the AI just following the player, and yeah, we're gonna do a much more of those things later on. Another thing that I want to add is that I want to release. Of course, I'm gonna release the script files, but this is gonna be just a simple AI stuff with no, with no voiceovers or stuff like that. We're gonna use some text, but I'm not gonna do voiceovers for that because that's just extra work that I don't really need to do. But you can do it, of course. I'm gonna show you how to do it, and yeah. But I think I talked enough, and we can start making this possible. So yeah. Again, I'm gonna add empty entity, and I'm gonna name this AI, whatever, doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna create a new Flowgraph and name it AI as well. Okay. So what we're gonna do? We have the script, but first of all, we need we need to add tag point, which you can add in AI, and tag point. This is basically a little tiny note that says to the AI you want to move here. So we're gonna use this as kind of a way of finding a path for the AI. I'm pretty sure you can use different methods, but I'm gonna use this, and yeah. So what do we want? We want to have a sequence, AI sequence, and it every time it starts with a start node. Then we want to have move node, so the character will move whatever we want, And then we want to have end. You need to end the sequence every time. So we're gonna select all the nodes, and we're gonna assign selected entity. Oh crap! But of course we need to do it otherwise, and we need to assign the human character, so or the AI character, so so it kind of knows that this AI sequence belongs to this AI character. Okay, so we want to link this, and if it's done, we want to end the sequence. Pretty straightforward stuff. Then we also want to add entity ID as entity ID, and in here we want to have the tag point, and we want to assign the selected entity, and we want to drag the ID to destination entity. And because it will be really slow to see him just walk in, we're gonna go with run, which I think is a little bit better. Okay, so now we can add a start node, and we're gonna start this sequence. So the AI character will run to this tag point, which is exactly what we want. Now I realize we may use other entities than just tag points, but whatever. And once we have that, okay, we want to test if the enemy character will run to this tag point. But in order to do that, we need to have navigation area. And this is really important stuff. So if you do not want the character to be running towards the wall, you need to have the navigation areas really precisely done. So what's navigation area? That's basically an area in which AI can work. So we're gonna do that right now. And basically, I'm going to explain in a minute why the navigation area needs to be precise. So we can end this by double clicking. And I like to display it filled so I kind of know how it looks. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to generate a random position of the tag point or of the destination entity, and make the enemy AI or the AI whatever following it. And if we would if the navigation area would be like I don't know, over here, and like from this wall to the end of this, and the destination entity would be generated over here, or like over here, which can happen if the player will be next to the wall. The AI would simply run to the like trying to run to the tag point, which would be beyond this wall, and it would just look hilarious. And so if the if my assumptions are correct, and then the destination entity will be out of the navigation area, the AI character will just follow it, and it should be fine. So yeah, hold on a second, I just need to. There we go, I just needed a drink. So yeah, so let's go to Flowgraph. Actually, you can hit enable AI physics, and let's see if the character really walks. And yeah, we can see that the character really walks to that tag point or the destination entity, whatever you want to call it. So that's good. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delete this, and we're gonna create a random, or not random, but we're gonna create a generator of the tag points. So why do we want to do that, you ask? That's a pretty good question, by the way. If we would just add the if we would just add the command to the AI to just follow the player, it would look really unreal. It would just be like a dog following following a human. So we kind of want the AI to kind of go to different places and not just following the player. It will follow the player, but it won't just be behind him. It will actually look for different paths to take in different, uh, destinations to follow, if that's understandable. So we're gonna do that now. So what we want to add is move entity to, and we want to use the tag point. We want to move the tag point, and we want to change the value type to time, and we want to get 0.1, which should be the fastest. So basically, if you set this to time, that's on seconds. This value is in seconds. So basically 0.1 is 0.1 seconds. That's pretty self-explanatory. So we want to go to entity, if I remember this correctly, and check entity position. And so this will get the position of the entity. In this case, it will be local player, meaning the player. And then let me just close this. So we want to go to vec3, and we want to add the vec3. So basically this will take the current position and add some value to it. So vector is basically the position, represents the position. I think it could be the rotation as well. I'm not particularly sure about this, but basically what you see here, this, and this is vector. So yeah. So we want this, and we want to, I'm gonna create multiple values. And we want to add, in here we want to add 1, in here 2, 3, and 4, and here 5. Oh no, not 8, 5. I almost forgot. You do not want to add to X to Z. So in Z leave it to 0, because if you want to oh crap. So basically this needs to be 220, 330, 440, and 550. Because you don't want the tag point to be above the navigation area, like somewhere in here. Because Z is basically the height, so you do not want that. You do not want that to change, basically. So yeah, we can also create more. This will be fun. We can do this basically. just changing the X value to kind of add to the randomization stuff, and then we can only use or add to the Y value, which oh crap, which should make it a little bit more random and less repetitive, hopefully. I'm not pretty sure if that's gonna work correctly, but I hope so. Anyway, what we're gonna do now is we wanna go with logic. We wanna go with any, which should, if I think about this correctly, we're gonna connect the out, and basically what this should do, if I'm correct, is it should take one of the values in here, oh crap, and just pick one value out of this list. So yeah, we're gonna do two of these because we need two. We're gonna connect the first to this and the rest. Hopefully I understand this node correctly. And then we want to add a gate, which is really important because the position would change depending on, when the player changes the position, it will automatically generate a new one. Which, if we add gate in this way, we can control it. So basically, we want to have a multiplexer here, and we want this to be closed by default. And let's say we're gonna make a delay, and let's say we want a new destination entity to be generated every 5 seconds. So we're gonna add another multiplexer. We're gonna go with start, and we're gonna trigger the delay, and we're also gonna, when it's out, we want to go back into multiplexer. So by this we'll create a loop in this, and basically by start we want to open this, then wait 1 second to make sure it will go to this, and then we want to close this, and also after 5 seconds we want to open that again. So yeah, by the way, basically after this is finished, after the movement of the entity is finished, we want to start the AI sequence. So this will be a big experimentation. So yeah, let's take a look. For some reason, it's not working correctly. Okay. It means we made a mistake somewhere. Or maybe maybe after this we want to start it. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So yeah, you can he's kind of just moving around. Maybe you can just adjust some of the values. Uh, but yeah, you can see he's trying to move around. They're kind of trying to go to the same place. So that's a good start. Let's just run over here. Okay, I think oh crap. I think there's some problem with the entity position, which it worked before. I don't understand what it did well. So this is actually kind of my process when I'm going through when something's wrong. So yeah, so yeah, basically what we can see is that the is it moving? No, the entity position is not moving, uh, which is kind of sad. Uh, and we need to figure out why. Of course, I am complete idiot. Wait, so we didn't actually connect the start node, so without it the entity won't move. So yeah, okay, this was a bit fail. But yeah, you can see now that the entity is moving. So yeah. So the enemy character, why do I keep saying enemy character? The the AI is gonna try to follow the player, but not like like a dog. I'm get I'm thinking of doing a few adjustments to it because now the entity will only update if the player is moving, which is something that we need to figure out how to update that actually if the player is standing. So I think that's what we're gonna do in next tutorial. But yeah, that's the first thing that we did, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty interesting start of the series, which I hope to continue and do. So I hope you like this, and I hope it helped. And yeah, it's a pretty amazing journey with the CryEngine. Uh, and I really wanted to do like really hard things and do it a little bit different than others are doing it, because uh, I want to show that CryEngine is pretty great tool for pretty much every game developer, and yeah, you should definitely use it. So I'll try to make other tutorials as fast as possible, but bear in mind I have a full-time job, and then I have a part-time job as a game developer. So and then I make those tutorials, so it can be really hard sometimes to find time, but hopefully I find time really soon and we'll be doing another tutorial. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.